older fella now. I'm not exactly old yet, but I'm definitely old. I'll give you an idea of how old I think that I am. I think that if I tell you, when I was young, I used to be in pretty good shape, you have to give me the benefit of the doubt. Like I might have been in great shape. I wasn't. I've never been in good shape. Like I've always been in this shape. I've like kind of aged into a very sad body. That's kind of what's happened to me. Like I've always been the same kind of skinny guy fat. That's who I am. Like I'm a guy, if I've got loose fitting clothes on, you think, that guy might be in pretty good shape. But if it rides up just enough, you're like, that guy likes to eat frosting from the can. And I do. I absolutely do. You got to come to terms with things when you get older. You got to accept who you are. I had to learn to accept who I am. And let me tell you who I am. I guess I'm just the guy who really likes Billy Joel. I guess that's who I am now. Anytime you tell somebody you like Billy Joel, it feels like a confession. It doesn't feel like something that should be allowed, but I really do. I like Billy Joel because I can relate to Billy Joel. Because I feel like I'm a guy who probably used to have better sex, right? I'm definitely a guy who had a better head of hair at one time, I'd like to think. Billy Joel's music is great. He's a great lyricist. He's a great, thoughtful songwriter. But Billy Joel's music doesn't rock. That's for sure. Like even in music where Billy Joel is trying to rock, it sounds like he's a comic doing an impression of what he thinks rocking sounds like. And by the way, this was all a lie. The rest of the night is about Billy Joel. There's a song called Big Shot where he's got the little guitar solo, and there's the guitar solo that goes, ba-da, ba, 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 and you just kind of feel like, oh, that's adorable, Billy Joel. That is so adorable. Billy Joel is great, but you know what's never happened in the history of Billy Joel? Nobody's ever heard a Billy Joel song and went, shh, shh, shh. This is my jam. Nobody's ever said that. Not even people from Allentown. That joke's really popular back east. That's where that joke works. Here, it gets over okay. Yeah. If we're in the car together and I'm driving, well, you've made a mistake, but that's not why we came. If we're in the car together and I'm driving and I turn on the radio, I don't care what song comes on, I'm going to go, shh, shh, shh. This is my jam. But I'm lying. That is not my jam. I don't think I have a jam. I don't think I'm the kind of person who comes with a jam. Right? For a little while, I thought that maybe my jam was BTO's Taking Care of Business. But that's not my jam. No one man can own that jam. That's the world's jam. We're all taking care of business every day. But then I saw the musical Les Mis, and I swear after every song I thought, oh my God, now that's my jam. There's this song where this character Fantine is singing about this cruel, cruel universe that has denied her being able to see her daughter one last time before she dies. And I thought, oh, that's my jam. I think that's my jam. And then later on in the same musical, there's a character, he's an older man. And his complaint is he has lived too long, a pointless life. And I thought, oh, crap, that's my jam. And then I thought, maybe just sadness is my jam. Maybe just any time I hear the sound of my own tears, I'm like, shh. This is my jam. I think about my funeral. I imagine what I would be dressed in my funeral. And I am sure that somebody will put me in a very nice suit. That's what will happen because I never wear a suit. And any funeral I've ever been to, nobody's ever dressed the way they would have dressed. I think that's so odd. Like you decided, you know what, I'm going to have some fun with this. What can we put them in? Like, I went to my grandfather's funeral, which was the first funeral I ever went to, and the most I ever saw of my grandfather. I did not know my grandfather at all, and my parents were like, well, yeah, let's just go stare at his dead body for a while. That'll be good for the kid. I think that's a good idea. That whole idea, by the way, the open casket funeral is a weird thing, don't you think? Why is it open? Is it just because you're like, I want to make sure Grandpa's dead? That'd freak me out if he wasn't. But I went to my grandfather's funeral, and my grandfather was dressed in a very nice suit, tan, he had the tie on. My grandfather made moonshine. My grandmother made moonshine and worked a crooked carnival. That's true. And he had him in a suit. Like, if you wanted to dress my grandfather accurately, he should have had leg irons on to begin with. He should have had the prison jumpsuit on. He should have had a spoon sharpened to be a shiv. And there should have been a piece of burlap with just a crudely drawn escape map. That would have been my grandfather. So what I'm saying is, if you're in charge of my funeral, first of all, good gig. Good gig. A lot of people are going to be there. But if you're in charge of my funeral, go nuts. Do what you want. You dress me any way you want. Dress me as a pirate. That'd be great. And not even a good pirate costume, like a pirate costume you got from CVS that has the word pirate on it. Go ahead and do that. Put a book on my chest. Make it look like I fell asleep reading. That'd be fun. Right? Little bowl of warm water with my hand in it, and you're like,